Look, at 23, you are still young enough. At 23, you are still young enough. You are still young enough to shift your brain, to change your brain, to change the neural pathways that have been developed, to change the negative neural pathways that have been developed, to defeat any addiction that you've developed as a teenager or from a 13 years old, right? You can still win, you can still change it, right? You can still change anything that that you dislike heavily, that you hate about yourself. You can still change it right now at this age, at 23, at 24, at 25. 23, 24, 25. Your brain, you can still shift it because your brain is still developing. It's still in the development process even now, right? And it is imperative that you know that. It is imperative that you know that your brain is still developing, your brain is still shifting. However, understand that there is a time limit on that. And the longer something you dislike about yourself remains, the harder it's gonna become to change it. Now, I'm not saying that it's impossible to change it when you're 35 or 40. I'm just saying it's going to be more difficult to change it at 35 or at 40 years old than it will be now. Right now may be difficult right now. But you can build that mental resistance over time. Every single day you can build that mental resistance. If you can just obsess over self-improvement, if you can just obsess over getting better, if you can just obsess over serving other people, how will this benefit the people around me? How will it give the other people a chance to succeed in that area, succeed in this area, right? And just view it from that lens. You will become a better person, you will become a successful person, and it is imperative that we view this age as an opportunity, right? We view this time period as an opportunity. I know if you're at this age and you feel like there's nothing going on in your life, or you haven't had a win in such a long time, you haven't had a W in such a long time, right? At this age, at this moment in your life, understand that today is the day that today could be the beginning of that changing, right? Tomorrow could be the second step of that changing. Every single day is another opportunity, another step taken. Every single day could be another step taken to change that, to change the circumstance, to change the situation right now. And it is imperative that you know that the neural pathways that are forming, the neural pathways that exist, that's feeding that addiction, that's feeding that lust, that's feeding that negativity, right? The negativity in your life, the negative thoughts, that can change, that can still change right now. It's not too late. That can still change at this very moment. Because you are still in control, you are still young enough to change it, right? But you have to take the necessary action. You need to take the action every day. You need to take consistent action every single day. It is imperative that you do that. It is imperative to view it as bricklaying. every single action, every single step is a brick being laid, a brick being laid in this new foundation, in this new house that you are building, right? And view it just like that, view it like that, and just continue pushing, continue moving forward, continue having positive thoughts, continue having a positive perspective over this life. Because trust me, trust me, I know like this life can be very, very mediocre. It can be very. Sometimes you just ask yourself, what is the point, right? And like you ask yourself, even when things are going good or great, you still ask yourself, what is the point, really? But the point is about other people. It's about the people you love and the people you care about. It's about serving the Most High. It's about being in that divine energy and serving the Most High, serving your Lord and Savior. That is what it's about, essentially. And when we do that, when we shift our mind and say, okay, maybe doing it for myself is not enough, right? Maybe I need something deep, I need something high. And some people are just wired that way, some people are not, and it's just relative. It just depends on who you are, depends on what you believe in, depends on your perspective. But today is another opportunity. Take it.